All right, one final closing story that I'll leave you with. One of my favorite things about being a dad is kind of tucking my daughter in, telling her the story at bedtime. And when she was really little, ever since she's now 9, but she always has preferred for me to tell a story rather than to read a story. And sometimes we'll read books, but her favorite times are when I make up a story. And you know, and she'll ask for certain stories. She has her sort of the greatest hits that she likes. And I remember when she was 3 or 4, there was one particular night where I was really tired. I'd had a long day, and my wife calls me upstairs and says, you know, time for the story. And I'm going upstairs and I'm thinking to myself, how do I make this as short as possible? Right? How do I kind of make this so that, you know, in 3 minutes from now I can be back on the couch watching, you know, Duke basketball? And so I go up, and as I'm going up the stairs, I think of this idea of the episode, the serial epic. So when I get up there, I say, Lacey, I'm going to tell you an episode. And she says, well, what's that? I'm like, well, it's like a part of a story, and every night I'll tell you a different part. And of course, she wants to be the main character. She wants to be in the story. So of course, the story is Lacey is the princess, and she's now on this quest, and there's an evil fairy queen who's cast a spell upon everyone, and she, of course, has to lead all of her friends and compadres, you know, out of the dark forest, or something like that, you know, and it would change every night. And at the critical point of the cliffhanger of each night, you know, I could see that she was getting more and more excited. You know, I would then say, dun, 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 and that is the end of tonight's episode. Please stay tuned. Tomorrow night we will see, can Lacey survive? And the amazing thing that started to happen is the next morning, at breakfast, she would come down and she would say, Daddy, guess what? I have an idea for the story. And she would tell me what was going to happen next. Like, I want to do this. I want to build a bridge across that river. I want to do that. And of course, I would weave those into the stories that night. But the amazing thing about that is that every day she woke up and she wrote her own story. And that is like the greatest gift that you can give your kid, and the greatest gift that you can give yourself, is that every day is an opportunity to say whatever happened before is in the past. I'm here right now. I can create whatever story I want for myself. You just got to do it. Thank you very much.